Hi. Now, I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos as normal for me, and I have been seeing a lot of eclectic Wiccans given some advice that just does not sit well with me. This advice is simply do what you want. Hey, if you're not sure what path you want to take, just study some different religions, take what you want, throw it in there, and you're good. You can be an eclectic Wiccan, and you get to follow all the happy, wonderful things that you want to, and it sucks. You cannot have a belief where you get to just choose whatever you want, what makes you happy, because that's not life. Life is hard. Life has difficulties. Life has good moments. It has bad moments. And we have to learn to mesh them in. Now, I have on several videos said you have to have balance. This means that you got to understand that life has its good moments and its bad moments. And you have to work with the bad and to get the good. And you got to work with the good and deal with some bad. That's life. When you have a sugar-coated religion like eclectic Wicca is becoming, you're not dealing with life, you're shunning life. There are difficulties out there and you're just going to go, I'll deal with them later. We have people that want to look at things in a dark, negative manner. I find it irritating when people refer to the crones as dark goddesses. Don't call them dark goddesses, call them crones. When you take a grandmother aspect, the crone aspect, and you say she's dark, it's kind of an insult, don't you think? Would you call your grandmother dark? No, you wouldn't. You're supposed to love your grandma. So, and these people say that this is not an insult. It's because they are on the darker part of life, because this is getting closer to death, the end of life. No, it's still a part of life. It's a transition. You are becoming into a crone, into a saged era of your life where you are wiser, you are more patient, you are more understanding. It's a wonderful time. You see the world around you and you understand it better. Don't call it darkness. Call it life. One of my patron goddesses is Caliach. She is the Hag of Scotland. Grandma. Okay. And so I can't see why anybody would call her the dark aspect, a dark goddess. I'm sorry, I am ranting on about all the videos that have been irking me to this last couple weeks. We do not have enough teachers out there to help guide people in paganism. And this is a major problem because this means that all those Wiccans out there, all those eclectic Wiccans who are throwing this, that, and everything into their beliefs, they're not seeing everything. They don't have somebody to say, well, that's kind of counterproductive doing it this way. What about this? Why are you wanting to embrace this god but yet ignore its female counterpart? And, that's bothersome. I understand that a lot of pagans out there now are very young, younger than me, and it's hard to listen to people like me because I am considered aggressive, negative, and all that. But I want to help people out. And what you might see as negative is actually me just being honest with you, being blunt with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I want to tell you how it is. In a video on YouTube that kind of got removed, I was explaining to a lot of people the difference between the good friend and the asshole friend. It is better to have an honest asshole as a friend than it is to have a fair weather good friend. I say this because I've seen it way too many times. There are people out there who want to be everybody's friends, and it's all superficial. They're wonderful, they're laughing about anything and everything, but it's all an act. There comes a time where you need them to do something, and that what you need them to do might go against their image, and they're so concerned about their image they're not going to help you. But then there is the honest asshole, people like me. I'm going to tell you how I feel, what I think about a subject, so you know where I stand. There are no questions about it. And when I say I can help you, I will help you, I'm going to do it. I'm honest about it. You know where I come from. I think there needs to be more people like me out there. All right? In this instant gratification society where everything has to be sugar-coated and absolutely wonderful, I don't fit in. But I have balance. I will outlast anybody and everybody out there because I understand the way life is. Now, I was a member of a couple groups that irked the heck out of me. We have a lot of people who do not understand magic. Magic is the using of energy, how we collect it, focus it, shape it, and send it out to achieve a certain goal. Magic has limitations because it is bound by reality. Magic cannot do anything and everything. It can do a lot of wonderful things, but it is not Harry Potter magic where you can grab your wand and cast a firebolt. That doesn't happen. That's Hollywood's version. That is a fantasy version of magic. What magic does is it slowly changes things to get the desired results for us. We cannot go against people's wills. When you ask for a love spell, what you're saying is you want to manipulate somebody into loving you. Wouldn't you rather have somebody love you because they love you? Because they fell in love with you for the person you are, not because you manipulated them? There was a request for a spell for somebody to stay out of jail. If you break the law, you should face the consequences. Reality is this. This is one of the major lessons you have to learn no matter what religion you are. You have to be held accountable for your actions. And if you are going to try to use magic to get out of your responsibilities, you're not much of a person. Okay? You do not understand how you are bound by society to be a part of the community. When you only want to use magic to escape reality, it's counterproductive completely. These are some of the reasons why I created the Pagan Learning Open Circle, because I want to help people understand how paganism is, the ideal basics of all the pagan beliefs, to teach them about magic, to teach them about responsibility, balance. Okay? I'm not trying to press on my particular beliefs. I try to keep it as open as possible. But the ideals must be learnt. I think every single eclectic pagan out there that tries to tell you to do whatever you want, and take it and make it into your belief is causing you more harm than anything. I was talking to a Facebook friend of mine. We were talking about Scott Cunningham. Scott Cunningham's book, Wicca, Guide for a Solitary Practitioner, and then his follow-up to it, Living Wicca. I actually have the books. I've read them, so I'm entitled to this opinion. When he was expressing how take information, take what you want, learn it, and use it the way you feel comfortable with, which is kind of how all this eclectic Wicca started. You got to understand that, yes, that's how you learn, but if you don't have a foundation, a pathway, a tradition that is balanced out, you're going to go nowhere fast. Okay? I need you to stop and think. If you want to be happy being a pagan, if you want to have a belief system that works for you, you have to have it with life in mind. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't make it where it's all these wonderful things and, well, I didn't like that, so I threw it out, when the one thing you threw out might have been the most important thing to have. Read books, yes. I want you to learn. I call this the instant gratification society because it seems like the attention span for many, many people has been getting shorter and shorter and shorter as time goes by. We are so overloaded with cell phones and iPads and all that we can't sit down and read. We cannot sit down and have this long conversation, because if it's less than 2 minutes, great. But if it's a video that's more than 3 minutes, you get bored. The other part that's been bothering me in a lot of the pagan groups that I have been a member of is the piss poor English that is being posted. You cannot be a stupid pagan. Do you want me to take you seriously? Do you want society to take you seriously? Then you have to spell out the words. What is spelled W-H-A-T? It's not W-O-T. Okay? This is not a phonetic language. We have some of the weirdest rules when it comes to spelling compared to other languages. But that's the way grammar is. Okay? Light. L-I-G-H-T. Not L-I-T-E. When you cannot even use punctuation on your posts, How do we, that changes the meaning of some of the sentences. This makes it harder to understand what you're trying to say. And so it's like pointless to even read any of your posts because you look like an idiot. Now, I can understand for some people it's hard because being Facebook, this is a multinational, multi-language format. And so we could have somebody who does not understand English very well. That's fine. You got to have some understanding to that. But if you are a born and raised American and you can't spell out basic words, what's the problem? You just decided you're going to text shorthand everything? Well, I don't read text shorthand. If you want somebody to respect your abilities, you actually have to put out the effort to write what you say and mean. Stop the shorthand. Don't be stupid. Okay? I'm saying this because we represent paganism. We represent our beliefs. We love to make fun. Well, some people love to make fun about how stupid Christians are. I have myself done a video which shows that the Bible Belt area has a lower educational level than non-Bible Belt areas. That was fascinating because people with extreme spirituality seem to be dumber than people that are more secular. And yet here we are having some pagans that are showing these same traits. If you want people to take you seriously, spell out the words. Don't be talking some jive bullshit. Speak like you're educated. Okay? And then my final thing I'm going to talk about is attitudes. Stop being this love, light, and everything has to be positive mentality. Stop being the good Wiccan. There have been groups where if you are branded negative, you're automatically removed. Where anything that is contradictory to what other people are saying is wrong. If you say anything opposing some other person's belief, you're attacking their religion. You are not allowed to voice your opinions if your opinions are counter to anybody else. We are individuals. We are different. The way I look at the world and the way that you look at the world are going to be different. There are going to be many areas that we agree upon, but there's going to be some that we disagree upon. And I should be able to voice my opinion without being chastised as a negative person. You should be able to voice your opinion without being chastised as well. I can say I can disagree with you, just like you can say that you disagree with me. I can point out some information about what you're saying that due to some research that I've done that shows that you're wrong. You can do the same thing to me. It doesn't mean that you are attacking my beliefs and I'm attacking yours. I am trying to educate you. I'm trying to open up your eyes. I am trying to make you see everything. Too many of these good Wiccans live in this very sheltered, insecure world where anything and everything that is contrary to their sugar-coated mentality is an attack. You are just as bad as those Christians out there that claim that they're being persecuted. If you cannot handle somebody saying something that is in any way, shape, or form contradictory to the way you believe, you are just as bad. You are a disgrace to paganism. Pagans are strong people. They were very strong people. They stood up for what they believed in. Okay? When, oh gosh, Charlemagne the Great, he was a emperor, a Christian emperor, and he tried to impose Christianity on the German people. And some of these people said no. And so Charlemagne decided to kill them. He committed genocide. He could not handle people opposing him. Those people weren't going to let somebody impose their will on them. They stood for what they believed in. If you cannot stand for what you believe in, if you cannot take anything, you're just going to chastise somebody as being negative and demand that they be removed, you're pathetic. I'm not nice. I'm honest. And it's time for a lot of you eclectic Wiccans out there to get a little bit of a thicker skin. It is time for you to get some strength. It's time for you to become better people. You can follow your beliefs, but make sure that they're well-founded beliefs. Before you make any claims, before you make a statement about anything in your beliefs, make sure you actually know what the heck you're talking about. Alright, well, this video has been quite long, and so I'm going to wrap it up. This is Blues Rants because it seems that a lot of the eclectic teenagers on YouTube really don't know what the hell they're talking about. You watch the videos to learn, but when you catch them in their lies. So, thank you for listening to my rant. Take care. See you on the next video.